First of all, I just feel like it's easy to communicate like, hey, I don't want to be with you anymore.
Oh, well, maybe you have to get disrespected more.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he needs to cheat on you again.
He has to want to change for you.
Yeah.
I'm done fucking with him. Like,
yeah.
This is it. Like, he done did X, Y, and Z, and now I'm just kind of like taking a step back, and he think we all good or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go and do, I guess, cheat.
What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to Dormer 101 Podcast, the podcast that has everything and nothing to do about college. I am your girl, Mya Gittens, and of course, to the right of me this time, actually, not to the left, to the right of me, of course, I have Victoria with me today, and we got somebody who's always here, like 24/7, 7 days a week. Brianna.
What can I say?
Brianna is back with us today for a episode, which is pretty funny because she is on spring break. And yeah, we went out, we had a blast, we had fun. We actually didn't do much though, to be completely honest, compared to like
Sort of, kind of. We did. We made our own little sense, you know. We had a little sister bonding time, whatever.
nothing too crazy, something small. But yeah, we are back in the building. How's everybody feeling today?
Nervous.
Bro,
this is the third time that I've been on here, and every time I'm ready to crap my pants. I don't know why.
He a little fidgety.
Yeah, I'm nervous.
Why?
I don't know. I just get like, just thinking about people like watching this in the long run.
But you've been getting really good comments on like your what it takes to be like a flight air traffic controller or whatever.
Yeah,
like
get it right.
People
Right.
Sorry. But no, people love it. Like it has like 215 views.
I'm glad.
People are in the comments like, oh my gosh, like this is amazing. So like kudos to you, babes.
Yeah, no, that feels nice. I'm inspiring.
As long as you know. As long as you know. And Victoria, how are you?
I'm feeling good. The weather is good outside. So
it's nice.
good today.
We outside.
Even though like it rained like what, once this week? Twice?
I think it was a little rainy the other day, but other than that, the weather's been super nice.
I'm actually very surprised. Like, I did not expect March to kind of like be like
Springtime.
Don't jinx it though.
That is, look.
Hey.
I do not want freaking rain all week. I can't. But yeah. So my first question, right, to everybody on this couch, of course, right,
oh boy,
is: have you ever been cheated on? Have you?
Me personally, no. I thought I was getting cheated on for a hot second, but no, never.
Okay, Victoria.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It was an experience. I obviously don't think that. Do you think cheating? Because you know how people. Okay, let's actually talk about it. I don't know if you watch it. Have you watched Love Is Blind?
No, I see it all over TikTok.
Girl. 80 and Clay. That's like the staple of like what I be looking at. Like he talks about how cheating is just like in his blood, like it runs in the family.
Basically.
Like that's kind of the vibes.
Walking red flag.
Walking red flag.
I think it could run in the genes.
You think so?
I feel like if a man has a father,
okay,
that is always cheating on his mother, it's either one of the two. Either he's not going to treat women like that, or he hasn't seen anything else, so he's gonna do the same thing, and it's just gonna be a generational curse.
I can see that, but I don't know, like just the way. But also, like, imagine a guy bringing up to you every chance he got, like, "Oh, you're a wonderful woman," but like,
I'm scared to cheat on you.
I feel like I'm gonna cheat on you. Like,
I know people like that.
Oh, hell
yeah,
no.
like they just can't stop cheating. Like I don't know what's the science behind it. I don't know why. You have to speak to like a therapist about that.
No,
but like
real.
I know people that they're like, I just can't stop cheating. Like it's just something that I do.
Well, like I don't know. It's so weird to think that cheating has become like a staple of like, well, like I just did it. Like I don't know what you want me to say or what you want me to do. Like,
yeah.
First of all, I just feel like it's easy to communicate like, hey, I don't want to be with you anymore. And this isn't
100%.
working. Mm-hmm. But I I say that because I would do it. Now, for other people, it might be very difficult to be like, I don't want to be with you no more. Because you have people who like will go crazy and be like, oh, I'm going to, do this, do that, or whatever. And the case may be. So I understand, but I don't feel like it should be that hard to tell somebody like, hey, this isn't working. I don't want to be with you.
Yeah.
And I think we should move forward. I feel like as we get older, it's the more mature and respectful way to go about it, rather than breaking my heart and fucking another bitch.
Yeah.
Right.
It just boils down to like the communication factor. But I feel like a lot of people, like you said, some people just won't do what you would do in a situation, which is the unfair part. But learn how to communicate, guys. It's not that hard. But then also it's about having your cake and eating it too. Like I have her in the back of, I have her over here, and while I'm also hitting another side piece. But it's like, I still got her though. So if she don't find out, then I'm gonna just continue to keep doing what I'm doing, which is nasty and disrespectful. But
just nasty and disrespectful.
You guys ever seen Drake did like a fake interview, right? And he basically like spoke in the interview, and he was like, I don't know if he was joking or not, but like he was like, oh, I just have each woman for one woman I make up. Like each woman represents something that I want in a woman. Oh, and that's why he has so many women. I don't know the exact term, but like he said something around that, where like he just has so many women to make up one.
So basically, like I guess personality wise, like, okay, so let's say, I guess for example, like if I know that this guy is going to open doors for me and be a gentleman, rather than this other guy is more so like very like cuddly, and like, is that kind of like like she cooks,
But that's also messed up, because at the end of the day, not everybody's perfect. That's the whole point of liking somebody. You like their, the good things about them, and then you also like their, well, not like, but you're able to like handle their, the things that you don't like about them. Like that's the whole point of a relationship, I would think.
Right.
I did see something on like social media, and it was like, he was like, it's not about you finding the right person, it's about making that person the right person.
Yeah.
And I feel like that makes more sense than me saying, oh, I want to meet the right person at the right time. Like, I feel like as you get into a relationship with somebody and you start to like them, or whatever the case may be, like, you grow to like them as who they are, or whatever the case may be. And if there's things that needs to be changed and they're willing to change it, then yes. But I feel like somebody is just not going to come into your life and literally check this is how I feel. I don't think that somebody's going to come into your life and check every single box that you are looking for.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think so.
I feel like, though, maybe this is for men too, but I know mostly women do it, where they feel like they could build a man. You can't, I personally feel like you can't build a man.
It's almost like you could change him, huh?
Yeah, and it's we always find that like in guys where it's like, okay, he doesn't have this, but I know I could change it, or like maybe he's a guy that like plays around. It's like, oh, but I could change him. It's like you can't change him. He has to want to change for you.
Yeah.
Type B.
So it's like you could find people and then be like, oh, like I could fix this, or like we could grow on this, or whatever. But that person has to want to. Like you can't go and be like, oh, I'm gonna change it. No, they have to want to change for you.
Damn, I do agree with that, because I've been in a situation where it's like everybody talks about once a cheater, always a cheater. I 100% agree with that. Maybe I'm like really like 70-30, like 70 yes, 30 no, because I feel like people change for who they want to change for, like people who are willing to do it. But I do think that if you cheat, in the back of your mind, you had to already thought that you were going to do it. Like, I don't feel like cheating just kind of like is in the spur of the moment. Like, you've had to have a thought of like, I'm gonna go mess with her, or I'm gonna go mess with him. Like, I don't feel like that's just like a I made a mistake. Like, no.
You know what excuse I hate too? Oh, I was drunk. I'm sorry. No matter how drunk you are, you know what you're doing.
Yeah,
I saw a couple TikToks like that. You're drunk.
Or sober thoughts.
Yeah. Or your sober thoughts.
You're like, drunken, like, or your drunk words are sober thoughts, or something like that.
Yeah, because that's literally the point of like you having liquid courage, because you're willing to do the things that you don't normally do.
Yeah, that is very true. I don't know, like, I just don't I don't find, and also something that I don't like is like getting your lick back. Listen, ladies and men, but like I feel like ladies try to do it more than guys do. This like I'm gonna get my lick back or whatever in silence or in secret or whatever. But it's like, it's just, that's a lot of energy. Like you already cheated. I'm already down bad. Now I'm about to go out and get my lick back and like not even care about the lick and not even tell you about the lick that I got back. Like,
right.
I don't find it necessary.
And then you get your lick back, what? And then you go home crying.
No, literally, because you still feel like shit at the end of the day. And what is the man that just cheated on you doing?
About to go hop on number 2, number 3, number 4.
Right.
No, literally.
Like, so it's, I don't know. It's really such a, getting cheated on is probably the worst feeling. I feel like, especially when it's like your first, like, love or like your first relationship.
Yeah.
That is probably the worst feeling because you're like, you put a lot into somebody. Like, you're, you know, for me, like I was really young or whatever, and this was like the first person I was with. Don't have no issue with nobody, so please, like, I don't got no problem. Like, I don't got no problem. Like, it's just like, you know, you talk about it or whatever. But yeah, I just feel like, you know, we grow up, we get older, things happen or whatever the case may be. And, you know, after a while, you start to realize, like, this probably isn't the best for me. Like, I went back a couple times, like, a couple times. But then as I got older, I was like, damn, like, I don't feel like anything's going to change. Because it's always, for me personally, it was always going to be in the back of my mind that I feel like you're going to do it again.
Yeah.
Because the fact that I'm coming back is showing you that, oh, like, she's not going nowhere. Like, she's not going to move forward or whatever.
I can do it again.
Yeah, like, I could do it again and she's still going to be right here. Nah, homie, I gotta walk out the door. I just couldn't. Yeah. So, like, even that aspect of, I get it, like, we want to stay around or whatever, men or women, like, we stay around, but it's like, sometimes you just gotta get up and go, like,
at a certain point, it's like, when is enough? When is enough? Like, I literally remember seeing a TikTok, and at that time, I was, like, in a relationship, and I'm like, okay, things are not going the way I want them to. But I was looking at the TikTok, and the girl was like, how did I go into no contact, like, no problem? Oh, well, maybe you have to get disrespected more. Mm-hmm. Maybe he needs to cheat on you again. Like, things like that. And it really puts you into a different perspective of, like, damn, how many times am I going to sit here, be in the situation of, like, sadness or, like, being heartbroken and stuff like that, and it just never changed.
Yeah.
Like, and then you got to realize also at the end of the day, like, that also doesn't define, like, who you are as a person. Like, at the end of the day, you're loving that person wholeheartedly. But, yeah, sometimes you just got to stand up.
Right. That's like
stand up.
Right.
Stand up.
That's like even the saying too, like, you know, like, just because someone cheats on you, that doesn't mean something's wrong with you. Like, it doesn't. Like, sometimes people generally just like cheating. Like, that's just something that they do. It doesn't mean something's wrong with you. Like,
that's crazy that people
what's
like.
What's wrong with y'all?
That's crazy that people find like cheating like an adrenaline rush, like dating different women or like, you know, doing these things. And I applaud people who like are in, what is it called,
polygamy,
like like those relationships,
poly relationships.
Yeah, because you want me to share people? Like, I just don't. I can't. Like, personally, for me, I'm not sharing my man.
Have you seen that show on Peacock?
No.
It's like couple to like throuple, and people are literally like 2 people, right? Monogamous. And then all of a sudden, like, they decide to bring in other people, and of course it's like drama, tea, whatever. Yeah. But it's just like, that's messy. I'm not sharing my man.
You know what's weird too? I know there's some like poly relationships where like the man like sets all the rules, but the girl, like, she can't. Like, it will be like, oh,
or like, have y'all seen I think it was like a year ago with Sean and like Olivia and on TikTok? Y'all didn't see that?
No.
And they were like poly.
Yeah.
And they were like on TikTok live all the time.
That sounds familiar.
It was like the guy, and then it was 2 girls.
They were in like a penthouse all the time?
Yes,
I did see that.
And then she ended up, like, the lady that was there the first time, like his first girlfriend or whatever, she ended up leaving, and like, and then they're supposed to bring in another person. I think they did. It was just messy.
See, I can't, to share a man, like, but I feel like that's why people think like they can do things like constantly, like they can go and you know, I just can't see that happening. Like, for me to just be like, oh, I'm gonna date or I'm gonna be in a relationship. And I tell people all the time, dating and being in a relationship are two different things. Like, you are dating people. That's the point of being outside dating and doing things like that. Like, that is the point. If I'm in a relationship, that means I am with one person. I am dating this one person. Like, that's exactly what that means. So don't shoot me, because I'm not gonna lie. Our TikTok, we have two videos on TikTok, and people were like, oh, well, I feel like the most recent one that's like at like 30 something, like I feel like people were like, oh my God, nobody comes to New York for like vacation. It's New York is a tourist spot, y'all. Like, let's be honest, it is. And then the other one about like being 20, like, or having kids in your 20s or whatever.
They took that so out of context though, because we were talking about like, oh, like, you know, you get to a certain age and then you forget to realize that like you could finally have kids now and stuff, whatever. Not like necessarily like, not saying that, oh, it's not normal to have kids. That's why everybody took it as like, oh, it's not normal to have. Yes, it is normal to have kids, but when you're like growing up and stuff, you forget to realize that you're at a certain age now where you're at that age and it's normal. Or like even when you're younger, it's normal too. Like, people do have teenage pregnancies and stuff, but like, it's just weird. Like, we're not in that like
I'm not in
mindset
that
yet.
mindset to be like, somebody did stitch it and like comment. Really? I have to show you that, but somebody did stitch it and was like, you know, she was talking about like her 20s and like she still can't even like fathom the fact that like she's in her 20s and she has like a son and she buys diapers. Like, she was like she understands. So all in all, like, obviously I just personally feel like in my opinion, my thoughts, like, dating and being in a relationship are two different things. I feel like we use that word dating loosely, like, oh, I don't date her. So why are you taking her out?
Well, like, that's where situationships come in now. Yeah. Because now it's either dating, situationship, or relationship. Like, that has become a thing now.
Or the in-between of, you're not really in a relationship, but you're exclusive.
Yes, exactly. Like,
what the fuck
you're exclusive.
That's what I want to know. Like, are we counting like situationships as exes now? Because
absolutely not.
Like, I feel like people are just making that a thing.
Really? I don't think so. I don't think it's the same. I don't think it has anything. Like, I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think that nowadays people tend to try. I think people now tend to try to like, oh, this is what it's gonna be, or like, this is how this relationship is gonna look. You're not gonna tell me how this is gonna look. We're gonna figure it out together, and we're gonna compromise. And if you want to like be in a relationship with me, then fine. But we're just dating around, so I should be able to date him, and him.
Yeah.
And figure out who I want. Why is that such a crime?
But then the thing is, it's also so confusing because it's like when you're starting to date somebody and y'all are hanging out a lot and doing whatever, and then it's like, okay, when am I supposed to ask? Like,
like you're in a relationship like, without a title.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen people like in situationships for like 2 years?
Oh.
So it's like you're in a relationship basically, but you're not having the title.
Yeah, no.
So let's say the whole time you guys never make it official. Now you guys don't talk to that person. Would you consider that, like, since you guys did everything in a relationship?
Nah.
Really?
I don't think so.
At that point, if we're in,
I think it's like a relationship with one person.
Absolutely not.
A situationship for 2 years.
Y'all
are doing the girlfriend boyfriend stuff, but y'all
meeting parents
never really made it official.
See,
that's an ex. That is an ex.
Meeting my parents is kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie. And you haven't asked. See, the thing is, I would ask by then. Like, give it. I wouldn't even say give it 6 months. Give it. Damn, 6 months is a long time, though.
Yeah, the question is what time frame? Like,
is there a time frame? Like, when would you, if you were talking to, like, what would be your time frame to be like, oh, we need to know if this is gonna go somewhere by 6 months, 9 months, a year. I'm sorry, 6 months for me. I need to know within 6 months.
That's half a year.
That's where, well, let's say that's where the 3-month rule comes into.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also with the 3-month rule, I feel like people are like, you shouldn't tell people that you're talking to anybody in the first 3 months. Like, you should wait after the 3 months. Like, oh, don't, like, obviously I told you about old boy before 3 months. The first date. First fucking date. I told you about that man. And, like, obviously that didn't go as planned. So, like, it's like, okay, maybe I should have waited to, like, speak on it, you know?
But, I mean, that's different. You're my sister. But I feel like when it comes to, like, telling other people, like, your friends and then, like, posting on, like, social media and stuff like that, it's like, when are we supposed to do that? Are we supposed to do that at the 3-month mark? Are we supposed to do that at the 6-month mark? Like,
but are you even together at the 3-month mark? Child, was it, or like, do you guys even like? Do you feel like a guy needs to ask you like to be his girlfriend?
100%.
If you don't ask me to be your girlfriend, you're FUCK. Like you need to. Ooh, I'm so happy you brought that up because why? Do I feel like now nobody asks? Yeah. Like, nobody asks us anymore. It's just like, oh, I thought we were.
What?
Excuse me? Absolutely not. I didn't think we were. You didn't ask me to be.
Yeah.
Like, and I've asked, like, a guy, like, so, like, what is this? And when you start to stutter or, like, you don't really have an answer, I know this is not like, I literally know that this is not going anywhere where your mindset is at. And I'm gonna keep it pushing because personally for me, I'm looking to be in a relationship. I'm looking for a man to spend the rest of my life. Like, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking forward to. So when you, like, when we've been dating and you're like, and I ask, so
what are we?
Like, and you get scared, like, you start sweating, your armpits, I can see the circle. I'm out. Absolutely not.
Yeah, no.
Like, there's absolutely no way. I can't. I really truly can't.
It's the confusion thing, and then that's when it's like, if he don't know what it is, that's when he start texting other girls.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, we didn't talk about it, and it's like, but like we've been together for like 6 months, 3 months, so I don't know. That's where it gets messy.
What would you do? What would you do for like your 3-month rule?
You gotta have the conversation of what are we?
And within 3 months, or would you give it longer?
Honestly, I feel like 3 months you should know.
Okay.
They always say guys know within like 2 weeks.
No, literally.
Fucking Dev knew within fucking a few days.
Some niggas know. Oh, excuse me. Them boys know. They know. They literally do.
I don't know why that was so funny. Oh, she said, "Oop,"
because I'm like, wait.
She got into it. Oh my god! When you know you triggered something,
that's gonna be a TikTok sound.
You know when like something triggered in your head and you just saw
you snap.
You snap. Yo, I just saw you said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, my bad."
Yo, I'm crying.
Excuse my French.
Excuse me.
That's got to be a TikTok sound.
But I feel like boys do know.
Yeah,
they know.
They like, definitely know if this is gonna be like something.
If it's just like serious, like I really like her, or if it's just like entertainment purposes, like I like her, but I wouldn't go that far with her. Yeah, where I'll make her my girl.
But also, like, why is it so hard to explain? Like, why is that so hard to explain?
Because we just don't communicate.
Yeah. I just don't.
Like, our generation doesn't know how to, like, have a conversation. And that also has to do with the fact that we're, like, born into, like, technology and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, that is very true. I could definitely say, yeah. I don't know. That kind of sucks, though, because, like, obviously, like, this is not all men. Like, all men don't do this. Yeah. Like, let's be completely honest. Like, they all don't do this. But, like, if I could, I guess... Are you still thinking about what she said?
I'm dead.
If I could, like, I guess, like we talked about, build a man. Let's just say I could robotically make him, like, the one trait that I would have is just, like, honesty. I think that that's a very important, even if it's like, oh, it's gonna hurt my feelings or something. Like, at the end of the day, like, I'm gonna have to get over it. Like, if it's like, girl, like, you need to go back inside and, like, change. Like, you know, like, if I have on fucking orange, red, and purple, like, you better tell me to go back in the house and change. You look insane.
Yeah.
Like, things like that. Like, honesty, I personally, for me, I know not everybody can take honesty. I know that. But for me, that's a trait that I would want in a man. It's like...
That should be a given. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Really?
Yeah, you want somebody to lie to you?
No,
right? Of course not. Like, yeah, the truth is hard to hear sometimes, but like, in a sense of, it doesn't even have to be hurtful. It's just about you, like, telling me, like, this is how you feel. This is where you're at. Like, that kind of thing. Like, honesty should be a given, 1,000% when it comes to a man, a woman, anybody. Because, I mean, just as sometimes men do some things, women do too. It be the woman too sometimes. Like, so,
but women, I'm not gonna lie, women, I feel like we cheat. Whoa, not we. Not we. Not me. Whoa. Women.
They're gonna attack you.
I know,
no,
right?
You're literally done for.
Look, done. Some women, not all women, I feel like they cheat very well. Like,
I've heard that.
I feel like women cheat very well. Like, I don't know if it's like, because here's the thing, at least my take. I feel like by the time women cheat, which obviously should not happen, I'm not saying it should, but I feel like by the time women cheat, like, they're over it. Like, something else.
We're gonna get canceled.
Not canceled. No, you guys are just gonna gain a lot of haters. This is the hater
like,
video
I've
right
seen
here.
These girls 3 times. I'm like,
haters, welcome in.
No, I do feel that way. I think that women do cheat better than men. Like,
honestly, I've heard that, which is honestly sick.
It is. It's very bad. I'm not saying I'm for it. I'm not saying it's good.
Yo, they're gonna be like DT.
OMG.
I do think women cheat better than men. Like,
why do you think that?
Because I feel like women just don't seem to never get, like, they don't seem to get caught. Like, when they do, it, like, she got a whole story. Like, you did this. This is why I did what I did. And it'd be like, I knew you were cheating before. And they'd be like, what? Like,
not what?
Like, bro, I'm telling you. I'm literally telling you. Like, men look and they be like, what are you talking about? There's a video.
Yeah, no, they act dumb, don't
There's a video, and this guy, I guess he cheated first, right? And I think either his mom told him or her mom told him. Or whatever. He was outside the house waiting for her, right? And he was by the car, and she was like telling him or whatever, and he fell out. He was like, ah!
I remember that.
Like, he literally, and she was like, get up. Like, the mom was like, get up. I know you're not outside acting like this. And he was like, his mom was like, you cheated first. And I guess she cheated back. And he was like falling on the floor. Like, he was like
having
a toddler.
A tantrum.
He was like a
temper
full
tantrum.
Toddler. So, like I said, I don't think that nobody should be cheating.
Because you know what, too? They be like, oh, women, they have emotion when they cheat. Like, that's an emotion thing.
Yeah, we cheat with emotion. Honestly, I don't think so.
Listen, I met some women that are dogs. They don't have no emotion.
At all. Like, women be like, oh, I'm going to get my lick back. You're going to feel every bit of hurt that I felt. Which, like I said, I don't condone. But I just think that from what I've seen, what I was told, and from the people I've been around in the past, like, yo, women cheat very, like, slickly. But a lot of them that I've spoken to, it's like, oh, like, I've been, like, mentally, like, checked out.
Yeah.
Rather than obviously leaving.
I think that's what it is for a lot of women, too. Yeah. Like, you already, like, before the breakup or whatever you decide to do, like, you've already in the back of your head is like, I'm done fucking with him. Like, this is it. Like, he did X, Y, and Z, and now I'm just kind of like taking a step back, and he think we all good or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then they go and do, I guess, cheat. But in some cases, they go and cheat. But yeah, women already be checking out 100%.
Yeah, I don't think, I wouldn't. Definitely wouldn't cheat, but, you know, to each his own, all in all. I just personally wouldn't, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, just
in my opinion. But, like, being cheated on in my, like, even my experience, like, I always say, like, we were young. I was 16, like, 16 to what? I have to be careful. 16 to 20.
Ooh, that's a question I want to bring up.
What?
All right, so let's say, right, you dated someone when you were, like, 16 years old. You're, like, in high school and stuff, right? Let's say they cheated on you and stuff. Let's say you meet this person, like, years later.
No.
Do you feel like they could change?
No.
From there, like, what do you mean?
Like, if you dated them when, like, you guys were young, like, really, really young, and then they cheated on you and stuff, and that's why you guys broke up, right? Years later, you're in your like mid-20s now. You guys
and
meet
they come back.
You meet again. You reconnect with that person. Do you feel like that person could be a changed person?
I would 100% want to, but I don't. I think for me, like the person I'm thinking about, I would want to. Like I would want to see if you changed, but I feel like also because of the fact that I still have this feeling of like you did this to me in the past. Like obviously, like we've grown up, but
It's
I'm still the
triggering.
same person.
Yeah,
like I'm still like I'm still the same person. So I just feel like there is gonna be something in the back of my mind that's like, girl, don't do it because he did you dirty when y'all were in high school, you in college, like you know. So in the back of my head, personally for me, like I would want to say yes. But I'm right, like, I would have to say no. Like, I would love to, like, see where he's at in life and stuff like that. But, like, I don't think I can get to a point where, like, if I got a text and he's like, I want to try this again, I would probably be like, oh, my God, like, But I think a part of me would be like, finally sit down and be like, but remember this. Then that's when I would start going down the line.
That's a hard ass question.
Yeah, because there's some people that like they date someone when they're really young, and then like years later you see them together again. They're like, oh, like we changed as people, we grown up, we were really young and stupid, and they be
wasn't that
in love and all over again.
He was.
So I just be wondering, like,
would you?
I don't know. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say yes because I don't want to say yes, right. But I mean, I feel like that's difficult because they can be somebody different. Like, you were young, like, and dumb. Like, nobody's mature at the age of like 14, 15, 16. And I feel like even though, like, even people who are like high school sweethearts, like, I feel like I hear the stories where they were together for a long time. They're still together 8 years down the line, but there has been like infidelity in their relationship. And of course it's like, well, you're not going to let them go because you've been together for so long.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm one person where I'm one and done. It's like you were in a season of my life and that was that. Yeah. Like that was just that moment and life goes on.
Yeah. I would in the back of my head, I don't know, I feel like I would have to be in the moment, like that happening, like you bump into that, like something like that, but obviously like we don't live in the same like area, so I don't have to like per se worry. But like I don't have any, like we don't have any bad blood. Like I don't know. We just don't have any bad blood. Like I personally don't think I would want to try that again because I just think it's in the past. Like we had a good time, we had a good run, and I feel like it stopped where it needed to stop.
Yeah.
And I just don't think in the back of my head, I think I would put myself through hell personally, mentally, because I would think about everything that has happened in the past. Like rather than talking to somebody fresh and new and giving them a clean slate, I would not be able to do that with him.
Yeah.
Like I would literally I couldn't give
because it would still like haunt you in the back of your mind.
I could not give that person a clean slate at all. I think that I would say no because I couldn't do that. Like I couldn't just be like, oh, wash my hands clean. Like we'll start over.
Good.
There's absolutely no way I could just be like, let's start.
Like you could forgive a person, but there's no rekindling.
Yeah. Forgive, don't forget.
Amen to that
Forgive, don't forget.
I literally don't think I could. But of course we're coming to the end. Period. What would be pieces of advice for somebody who has been in a situation, obviously being cheated on, and like just what should they do or what can they do to kind of get their self mentally better in a sense? Because that is a hard, like, that's a hard thing to go through. Cheating? Oof. Like,
Yeah. I would just say also, well, number one, I would think is just having that support system, right?
Yeah.
Your friends, like, because they see you at that point going through what you're going through in the relationship because you're always talking and stuff like that. And then it's like, once that is over or once the cheating has been done, like, you're gonna need somebody to like be able to pick you back up or just like lean on, cry on, whatever, because you're gonna process your emotions alone, but then it's also good to have the ability to like process your emotions with other people who can support you. I would just say it's about one of the major things is just
the
like
support system.
Having a good support system, having good friends who are just there for you at the end of the day.
Period.
Because you're gonna need people to lift you back up.
Yeah, that is true. I'm not gonna lie.
I would say don't break no contact. No matter what it is, don't break no contact. Delete them off everything. Like it's like out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
Because that's gonna help you when you don't see that person, when you're not talking to that person. That helps you move on.
Yeah.
Find yourself.
Yeah.
What else?
Damn, mine's gonna be
because when you go looking,
you gonna find what you gonna find something. You gonna find what you're looking for.
Oh, another thing too, I feel like for the people that do go back to these relationships and stuff, it's like once you go back and you keep on and on again, like you lessen your value in their eyes.
Yeah.
It's not about like you lessening your value, but in their eyes, your value is gonna be lessened. They're gonna be like, she's gonna take me back
she's
whenever.
Gonna take me back. Yeah. Honestly, for me, I would say use that block button, baby. Use it. I know people be like, oh, don't block them because it shows. Use the block button because at the end of the day, some people deserve to be blocked.
Yeah.
Like,
they do.
As much as people think, like, no, like, I'll just leave him. I'll change the name in my contact. I've tried that. It doesn't work. Just block the number. It would help you in the long run because there'll be nights where you might be drunk and you remember that you put it under dorm room 101. Like, I don't know. But I would say use the block button. I would say go out. I know that sounds like really bad to say, like, oh, because personally for me, like, don't be in the house because, I mean, it makes things a lot worse. Like, yeah, you're going to have the time to where, like, you have to be alone and you have to, like, learn yourself or whatever. But I would say go out, like, have fun, like, enjoy life at the end of the day.
Right. It doesn't even have to necessarily be like at the club. Either.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be at the club. Take yourself out on a date. Like, start doing things for yourself again. I would definitely say that. So mine would be use the block button for sure. And then really focus on, I would specifically would take myself out. Take yourself out. Take yourself on little dates, things that you've always maybe wanted to do, but never got the chance to do. Because then you just start to see like, oh, like I'm good at pottery or like I'm good at this. And you just kind of like see that you can actually be alone rather than that being alone is like specifically being cooped up in the house. Yeah. So those would be my two. I don't really think I have a third. But my first one is please use the damn block button. God damn it. Because it do the job. It work. And I mean on all platforms. I mean Facebook. I mean Instagram. I mean Twitter. Snapchat. I mean TikTok. I mean Snapchat. I mean phone number. I mean LinkedIn. Block it. Block it all. Block it all, please. But yeah, guys, thank you again for joining us on today's episode of Dormer 101 Podcast, the podcast that has everything and nothing to do about college. And of course, I'm here with Victoria and Brianna today. And yeah, hope to see you guys in our next video or audio, and we will see you guys later. Bye.